What's up, Worcester? It's time for yet another signing here ahead of the 2025-26 season presented by Fly Worcester. I've got with me today a midseason acquisition from last year's team, the Machine, Tyler Kobryn. Welcome back to Worcester.
Yeah, it's good to be back, Tim. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Great to have you here. Excited to get you in for another season here right out of the gate. But first off, here, let's just talk about your summer, how things been going for you.
Yeah, it's been going really well. Just been preparing for next season. Been coaching a lot too, so definitely looking forward to getting back and getting things going.
We were talking a little bit before this. You've been getting your summer skates going. Sounds like it's a great pro group you guys are skating with there.
Oh yeah, we have a really good group. Ross Colton, Eric Robinson, Adam Gaudette. So it's definitely good to see those guys and just give yourself a good comparison and just makes you a better player too.
Tyler, let's talk about last season. Acquired by the Railers in a trade with the Florida Everblades back on February 10th of last year. Let's just relive that for a bit. Talk about that moment of transition for you in the season and sort of what your mindset was as soon as you were making that transition.
Yeah, no, I definitely thought there would be more opportunity for me in Worcester, and Coach Tuzzolino definitely saw the positives in my game and gave me some more opportunity, which I didn't necessarily get too much in Florida. So it was great to have that, and I had my confidence, and I was able to make the most of that opportunity and help the team in any way I could.
Well, you really made an impression here in Worcester in your time. You had 4 points in 18 games with Florida, but then you had 11 and 25 in Worcester, including a career high 9 goals for you at the ECHL level here. Just talk about how it felt to find that success, that opportunity it grew, and like you said, you capitalized on it.
Yeah, I mean, I always, just every season, I'm always working on my game, just trying to improve. And I felt like, I've always been a good player. I just never got the opportunity I was looking for. And, Coach Tuzzolino finally, saw that in me, and I was able to, use my shot and use my playmaking abilities to have an impact for Worcester.
Uh, Talk about, what it was like being in Worcester in particular too, that maybe helped generate that success, be it from pregame, meals, maybe stuff otherwise that at home in and around the arena that you felt, the atmosphere helped to kind of build you up more.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was a really professional environment. Just yeah, exactly. You said the pregame meals, the preparation. Coach Tuzzolino's message to us. It's he's really into like working hard and doing things right, and that's big for me. And then with the fans, their energy and everything. That's big for us players. Like coming out and hearing the fans like that, like it goes a long way and just gives you that extra gear to make that next play.
Well, it felt like a big part of your success last year too. Came from a lot of your pregame prep. I shared this story on air. I'll bring it up again. We were on the road to going to Texas. I get a phone call from the hotel as we're on our way. They said there's a DoorDash order for Tyler that's already here, and I had no idea who that could have been for. Obviously, you were new, you were on the trip,
Yeah.
but I didn't think anything of it. And then as soon as we walk into the hotel, you go right up to the desk and you got a bag of groceries waiting for you. I mean, stuff like that just goes into your pregame prep. Talk about how seriously you take the time before a game and before practice to get ready.
Yeah, I mean that's a really big part of my game, like the preparation, and I think it's kind of just how we both like my brother, Troy. He plays too. He's a goalie, and that's just kind of how we've always been. Like we just try to do everything right. We really take pride in in our work ethic, and I think it really starts in the summer for us. Like we put a ton of hours in, at the gym and on the ice, just trying to be the best players we can be. So you know. It's kind of just always how we've been, and just a big part of my game.
I did want to ask what was in that DoorDash order that you got that day. What's your usual go-to if you're on the
Oh yeah,
road trying to stay consistent?
yeah. I usually I always like to get some Powerades and just some simple stuff like I think it was like peanut butter and jelly or something like that. Just I always I try to eat the same on game days, so I like to be consistent with that.
Nice. Well, that's good to hear. Hopefully, there'll be plenty of those this season too. And so, as things are getting going, half the team just about's been announced at this point. Just talk about your excitement to come back, be a part of this group that had a lot of success in the back half of last season.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I thought we had a great team last year. We had some huge wins. Just came up a little short, but like the potential was there. We had a lot of good players, and Coach Tuzzolino, his mindset and his preparation and how everything operated. It was I'm really looking forward to the season. I think we're going to do big things this year.
And then, what was that conversation like with Tuz in order for you to come back and get things going again here this year?
Yeah, I mean he really appreciated my game and what I brought to the table, and he was big on giving me that opportunity to really show my game, and he was happy how I took advantage of it. So I'm looking to do that again this year, and I felt like this summer I've continued to build on some things. So I'm looking forward to putting that on display and getting back to it.
Training camp's going to be starting up soon, October first week or so there, as it usually is, and then season will get to it from there. But as soon as you get back into town, what's going to be the first spot you hit, first restaurant, first meal you've been missing since leaving the area?
Um, I probably have to try some new places. I think I got there kind of late, and I kind of just went with the standard Chipotle and whatever else I was having. But yeah, I definitely want to try some new places, and I know the guys always talk about some restaurants they like. So hopefully this time around I'll explore a little bit and try some of the spots.
Well, that Chipotle on Park Ave is pretty popular anyway, so
Yeah.
that's not a bad answer, all things considered, too. But plenty of spots, of course. Tyler fans are hearing this; they're excited to get going again this season. October 18th, opening night coming up. Just your message to fans who are ready to come out and watch the team play opening night.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are huge. I last year I just, I said to myself, I was like, wow, these fans are really passionate, and like I said before, it goes a long way for the players. It gives us that energy, when the games are tight. So, it was huge last year, and it's gonna be great. We're gonna have a great team. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Tyler Kobryn is your next signing for the Worcester Railers for the 2025-26 season. Tyler, thanks so much for taking the time today.
Yep, thank you, Tim. Appreciate it.